Hey world, welcome back to my channel, Sweets Tea. So this not so sweet. So unfortunately, the world's heard. Obviously, I was a fan of Friends. Millions of people around the world were a fan of Friends. I loved that comedy Friends, and yeah, shocking. Unfortunately, Matthew Perry, the star that played Chandler Bing, died, and yeah, it was upsetting news because Friends is a really good comedy. It was really good, and you know, 54 people still have life in them in their 50s, 60s. Nowadays, you see people on Instagram or YouTube, they're over 70 and they're going to the gym and they're teaching people how to get fit. So, and he went to do fitness game. I think he went to a sports fitness thing before he, God forbid, R.I.P. Matthew Perry, before he died in his hot tub. So, yeah, obviously Matthew Perry played the character Chandler Bing in Friends, and he Friends went on to be super successful. That was a huge successful show worldwide, and it was really funny, and Friends is still it's still funny today. You put it in the background, it's on streaming networks, it's on online networks, it's on TV networks. Friends is everywhere. I'm sure everyone's seen it, and he also was in TV shows, and he also had parts in TV shows, and he also had parts in films, and apparently there was a time his film was a number one. One of his films were number one, and also his TV show was number one at the same time in America. So yeah, it was shocking news. I mean, the other five must be super devastated, because when you work with someone for so many years, on top of you've been working with that person for so many years, they didn't just all easily go away because the show was so successful. Obviously they must still see it all over the place, streaming networks, TV networks, and they didn't expect any one of them to go so soon. But he did mention, he had problem with addiction. He did talk about it, and he had a book out. It's crazy because some fans are saying it's like he knew this was going to happen, because I don't know, he put pictures on Twitter, on Instagram recently, and then also he had his book out last year, and then people were like, it was like a build up to knowing it's going to happen. But he did struggle with addiction, alcohol, drugs, prescription pills, and he had also in the past, he had like 14 surgeries, jeez, because of the drug abuse toll on his body, or alcohol toll on his body, or the pain, killer's toll on his body. And he revealed he nearly died in 2018. But he had been clean. He did get clean for 19 months. He did get clean, but he also did admit to having decades of this problem, and 30 years of problem would, probably harm someone's body. But every human is different, and it's a shame because addiction ruins people's bodies and ruins people's lives. You can't just say to someone that's an addict, "Oi, can you stop doing drugs?" Because it just doesn't. It's not a one day fix. Or if someone's alcoholic, "Oi, can you stop?" No one's gonna stop just like that. It takes time, And also you have to have the people, I'm guessing, I don't know, I don't get involved in drugs, I just drink a little. But yeah, it probably takes something obviously in their body. They need it, or it's just a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame someone that made millions of people happy was going through that, because I couldn't tell if, on the show, if he had problems. But maybe now, obviously now that I know, maybe if me or anyone in the world looks back at different series, the odd episode, you might be able to see different changes. But they've had the funeral, and it was a small group of friends and family turned up, and all 5 co-stars that star with him in Friends turned up. So that was nice. That was nice that they all turned up, and they must be feeling really shocked and sad, because they did work closely together for many, many years. And then I think, was it James Corden met all of them? Was it a year ago? They had that reunion. So it's sad, but he had a good career, he went on to do movies, went on to do other TV dramas, West Wing, and then movie Whole 9 Yards, and then more movies. Sorry, I don't know all of them, but I did see him carry on after Friends. I think all of them have carried on after Friends, but I think maybe Jennifer Aniston's done more, but I think all of them, Courtney, Lisa, Ross and Joey, yeah. So, he was found in his hot tub. His assistant went out to do errands, came back, and unfortunately he had passed away. But they said there was no drugs around, and there wasn't anything, they couldn't find anything around in the, that he would have took. And it's really sad. It's sad that, someone that made millions of people happy, he died on his own, God forbid, because, these wealthy people that buy these massive houses, like, why buy such a big, huge place and just be there on your own? Like, at least have 2 or 3 staff living in there for safety. Because if he did drown and he didn't, God forbid, I hope he didn't top himself, but if he did genuinely just fall asleep and drown, or just fainted or had a heart attack and drowned or something, if he had 2 or 3 staff, just for safety, living in those big places alone, if he had them around, they might have been able to, pull him out quickly, call an ambulance quickly. I don't know, but I don't think it's safe for these super rich people to be in a house, those big, massive houses on their own. When they're super wealthy, they can afford, like, on rotation, especially if people have had addiction problems, there should be somebody on rotation, like, just around, I don't know. Anyway, he did get clean, and he said he was happy being clean, but he also said he doesn't like talking about his addiction, but he wanted to help other people. And I think his money's going to go to helping other people, his charities or foundations, these things that, these rich people make these, I think, charities and foundations to help other people struggling. So that's a positive. And Friends was a really, really good show. And R.I.P. Matthew Perry. And anyone struggling with addiction or anything like that, please get help. And you know, these things, you might not be feeling ill now, but it might, you know, just one thing in the body does click, and yeah, so people out there struggling with any addictions, on a serious note, try and get help to live a longer, happy life for your friends or your family or your career. R.I.P. Matthew Perry.